This video is to replace an Allen Bradley Panelview 1400 with a LCD supplied by Monotech Industrial Display Solutions. This video I'm not going to waste anybody's time with the taking screws apart, so it's going to be slightly chopped, but getting into the details of how to do it. So the first thing we did is remove the back, the rear, and the side cover and the computer. So what we're left with, the first steps, we removed 21 screws. We're left with the panel view, the top cover, the rear cover, and the computer. We got it in 4 pieces, and we're just going to move this off to the side, and then we're going to start taking the CRT apart. In this step, we remove the front bezel and touchscreen assembly from the rest of the monitor. What we'll be needing next time is we're going to need the power supply to be saved, and the CRT and the electronics actually get thrown in the garbage. The next step that we're going to be doing as well is removing the front bezel here from the front piece of metal from the front bezel. The next step you're going to need a marker, and we'll get there on the next one. This next step, we're removing the rear bracket from the front bezel. The rear bracket, it's 6 screws, and it comes right off. The next portion is removing the rubber bezel. It's not required anymore. And also, this is the part that you need a pen for. Take your pen before you remove the touchscreen controller. Just take a pen so you can identify where it goes back, because the actual connector has more pins, or has less pins than there actually on the controller. So identify where it needs to go back. Right here is the touchscreen controller, and here's the cable that plugs into it. What you do is take your pen. It's very straightforward. Just mark your touchscreen controller with your pen, so when you take it apart, you can put it back together really easy. And just one little final detail to make sure this whole installation goes really well. The next step is remove these rather large standoffs. There's 4 of them, 4 screws, and we need to install the Monotech LCD. And basically put the LCD in here, and the next step we're going to have this screwed and fastened with all the hardware that's provided. We just installed the Monotech LCD into this Allen Bradley piece of rear plate. 4 screws, rather simple. Takes your big long 15 or 14-inch CRT, and the LCD goes into place. Nice and small, light, reduces the whole weight of the product by about 20 pounds. And you take the LCD in the assembly and slides into place, and then you're going to put your 6 screws back into place. Okay, we just installed the 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, onto the front bezel of the Allen Bradley panel. We're not affecting the NEMA rating at all. It's still sealed from the front with the touchscreen, and the LCD fits perfectly, and it lines up exactly with the touchscreen. The next step, we're going to be talking about disassembling the CRT, and just to let you know, with the Monotech LCD, it's a 1-year warranty, just like the original equipment manufacturer, and the lifetime is significantly longer than the CRT version. The CRT version's estimated between 35 to 45,000 hours. The LCD, the industrial LCD that's being used here, is it's 50,000 hours mean time before failure. Okay, this portion we simply remove the CRT and monitor portion of the controller. It's 7 screws. There's 3 screws for the user controls and 4 screws for the main board. And lift it up gently. There's a couple cables that are connected. You just have to pull them out, and the whole CRT and electronics get removed, and you throw it in the garbage or dispose of it properly based on your community's regulations on throwing out CRTs. And you're left with this frame and the power supply that's going to run your computer that you have to keep. Try not to cut cables, and disconnect things when you can. In this next step, we've installed the power supply back onto the front plate, and it all goes together really nicely. We take this power plug, which already exists, and you plug it into the power supply here, and the rest of the connections are on the back for the computer. For the computer, you plug in your touchscreen. There's 3 plugs: touchscreen, power supply to your computer, and the video cable. The video cable looks like a standard video cable, but it's a custom-made You can't use a standard video cable on here because the power supply will blow up on it. So the Monotech supplies the proper video cable, it plugs into this Allen Bradley Panelview, and the computer goes back together, nice and simple, and the next steps we'll have it all together and go into a little bit more detail. This display comes with a 1-year warranty from Monotech. The panel that's used is a 50,000 hour panel, high quality industrial panel. If you were to turn this on with the power being on, make sure you don't put your fingers inside, watch what you're doing, and the fan has to be plugged in. So this is one of the many replacements that Monotech provides. This is one of the best ones. It's very simple to install. Some go into the older CNC machine tools, some go into the other factory automation type applications, like where you have a Zycom, Nematron, G-Fanic, the list goes on. Monotech provides the solutions, the replacements, the information. There's a phone number you can call to get the information on how to install it. And that pretty much wraps it up for all of the installation for the Panelview 1400D. Please join me on YouTube if there's any more installations that we put on. Probably will be. We're looking at probably doing about 20 different applications just to try to make this as easy as possible for you guys. Thanks.